So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. It is time to kick off season 17 of Div 2 and we are back here at the Circuit of the Americas in the USA for the opening round of the season. And I have got myself a partner in crime tonight. I'm joined by the sultry Irish tones of Mr. Joseph Coilboy. Good evening, Joey.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks for the wonderful intro as usual.
Always my friend, always.
Looking forward to doing comments to you tonight and see what happens in America.
Indeed. So you were part of a very interesting race last night. It was a bit edge of the seat all the way through. How was it from a driving point of view?
It was a bit sweaty now, to be honest with you. And it was a bit sweaty, like fully concentrated every lap. But unfortunately, coming out for the big long right-hander, I had a little spin and I beat it.
Oh dear.
Well,
it set the race up quite nicely.
For you.
Yeah, it set the race up the race quite up nice. Oh my god, I can't even speak. It set the race up quite nicely for a grandstand finish, which I think we were going to get anyway. But it made it even a little bit more exciting because then literally everybody went onto fresh soft tyres, and then just went hell for leather at the end. And there were overtakes. There was 3 wide going through turn 2. We had change for the lead. So it's mad. There was people carrying damage trying to hold on. It was absolutely mad. But what a race to start off season 17 for Div 1, and hopefully the boys in Div 2 will produce something of equal quality. If the race last week, which was the last pre-season race, had anything to go by, there might be a few accidents. So hopefully they'll keep it on the black stuff and keep all the wheels attached this week. We had quite a few retirements last week in the final pre-season races, so fingers crossed for a few more finishes this week. As on board with Katamis, he comes to the final corner, and we will do a lap then of the Circuit of Americas. Out of the final corner, DRS activated, and now it's a charge up the start finish straight up this great big hill into the blind crest that is turn 1. Great overtaking opportunity, as we saw last night, and then he starts dropping down the hill through the fast right-hander at turn 2, and then into this S's section reminiscent of Maggots and Beckett's. Left, right, left, and fling it into the right-hander, double apex. Nice land there from Cat, over to the right-hand side for the left-hander, plenty of curb, and climbing uphill, again it's off camber, chicane, get the power down early, tap the curves on the exit, nice and tidy from Academy so far, through the fast left kink, down to the hairpin that leads us on to the long back straight. This, of course, is the second DRS zone on the track. Again, another brilliant overtaking opportunity. The DRS is activated. And now it is just foot to the floor. Getting up to 196, 97, 98. Just touching 200 miles an hour there as he gets hard on the brakes. All the way down to second gear for the left-hander. And now into this technical section, double apex right-hander. We saw some good moves here last night. And then into this tricky cambered left-hander, dip the car into the camber, get on the power now, and then up to this fantastic multi-apex right-hander. 3, 4 apexes above it, into the penultimate corner, then fast left-hander, open the steering up there a little bit wide from Katamis, had to feather the throttle a little bit into the final corner, and then it's a short sprint to the line, and the first flying lap is a 1:31.5 from Katamis, so tidy opening run from him. So how about Circuit of Americas? Is it a circuit you like, Joe? Is racing and watching? How do you feel about the track?
Oh no, it's terrible to drive on. But if you're to watch on television, I don't know. Maybe it would be okay-ish. I don't know. I haven't watched the race of this on television. So, what's your opinion?
It definitely looks nice. I think of all the recent additions to the track of Herman Tilke's, this is probably one of his better ones, definitely. It definitely feels a little bit different. A lot of the other ones are very good facilities, but they're not great racetracks. This definitely feels like a better racetrack. It's got some unique challenges. Obviously, that big climb up to the turn 1 hairpin is very different to anything else on the F1 calendar. Then we've got that sort of section that is very similar to Maggots and Beckett's, which is one of the greatest sections of corners in all the motorsport. Drivers love challenging sectors like that, and this kind of similar to that. It caught a few people out last night, so it's not easy, which is probably what we want as a driver, as well, a bit of a challenge. I don't really get on with this final sector, the tricky technical bit. I seem to struggle a little bit. More so the left-hander.
Oh, yeah.
Just watching Maxi Simon come around to this left-hander here. This is the bit that I seem to struggle with. I can't get a very good line into this at all. So that's the bit that I tend to struggle with. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it's
But
not a bad circuit to watch.
I've seen from last night where Maxime is right now, people were losing it on that corner. Like, you can't take it really flat out. Sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. The tires just give up.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of the key things from this season in these cars, isn't it? This is obviously the lack of rear grip means that whereas in previous games you could take certain corners flat out and just throw the car in, you're not able to do that anymore because the back end gets loose. We've seen people sliding, a lot of sliding going on last night, which is not something you normally see. You can catch them a little bit more on this game than previous years. Usually if the back end starts to go, generally you're going for a spin, but we've seen people catch a few slides last night. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they get on. It's definitely caused a bit of ruckus in the F1 community. A lot of people complaining about the curves being a bit auto-spinny, but then I think if you watch real life F1, they don't use a lot of the curbs that we do in sim games, and I think people have just become so accustomed to being able to use the curbs to get good lap times that now that you can't use them all, they're all kicking off, because for 2-3 games worth of racing, that's 3 years worth of racing, you've kind of got into a bit of muscle memory. You go around a corner, take curb there, and now you just can't attack all those curbs anymore, and it's just catching people out. But we will adjust, we will get there, and yeah, it should provide us with some great racing. I'd say last night was one of the best Div 1 races I've seen, and Div 1 provided some great races last season, so it's great to see it carrying on. So, who have we got on a flying lap? Unsafe release. We'll pick up unsafe release in the Alpine. Of course, we had a bit of rain last night, didn't we, in Div 1 for qualifying? That's made things a little bit interesting. Race was dry, though, thankfully.
Yeah, thank God. The rain was tough. It was tough.
But, yeah, very nice, close. Good to see. A few people got some excellent lap times. Touch there, getting into the... I'm trying to think what time he did.
42.
32, 42. Yeah, he got into the 42. 41s? I think he got a 41.9, didn't he, in qualifying in the end? He got into the 41s. Everybody else, well, there was a good sort of 7 or 8 people in the 42s, but it was nice, closely packed again, which is what we want. At the moment, Maxi Syme has, as I mentioned earlier, showing his hand early on again. He is currently sat on provisional pole after the first run on the 30.8. My name is Casey Bernard, Catamise, Alex Pixie, Aaron T. Smith, Mattman Pagani, Feber and Bread are the current lap times on the board. We've got Aaron Unsafe and Chubbs now on flying laps. Mikey on an out lap. Now just starting his flying run as well. Here comes Unsafe Release, and he goes P8 in the Alpine on a 32.2. We'll drop back and find Aaron then in the Aston Martin. He's currently going through that section there again. There just seems to be a lot of drivers struggling with understeer in that last left-hander of that S section. They just seem to be running a little bit wide, whereas before everybody was super tight to all the apexes. The car's just washing out that final part. I think the tyres are just giving up a little bit there, and it's just catching a few people out.
Yeah.
But we do a purple first sector. Yeah, purple first sector, then onto the back straight. Into the technical sector he comes. Letting it in then, of course, it's a beautiful looking Aston Martin. British Racing Green, a very welcome addition to this season's grid, although I do quite miss the iconic pink of the BWT from the Racing Points. I'm a little bit sad that they didn't go to another team, to be honest. I thought there was a lot of talk of in the off-season of BWT going to another team to sponsor, because they wanted to be the primary sponsor, but they've stuck with Aston Martin. Out the final corner, and Aaron goes second on a 30.9. So it looks like we could have a similar battle that we did last week between Maxi Syme and Aaron. Those two were duking out in the opening few laps at Mexico. Ooh. Chubbs goes P4 on a 31.4. Let's see if we can ramp the pressure up on Mikey. He's already invalidated his lap, so don't even need to look at him. He's already invalidated. So
I was looking at him. I thought he was going to lose the card. The exact same spot I lost it.
Oh, he's coming around. He's going to have another lap by the look of it. Would have been... I can't see. 50, it was a slow lap there. I think he had a big moment somewhere. Now, Maxi Syme is on another flyer. Current provisional pole sitter. Into the technical section he goes. Purple again. Maxi Syme looking to improve. He's already the pole sitter, or the provisional pole sitter. Through the left-hander. Oh, a little bit wide there as he gets on the power early. T. Smith drops into P3. 31.2. He's actually matched Casey Bernard's time down to the 1,000th. So that's how closely matched they are. Out of the final corner then. Does Maxi Syme lower the bar? The answer is he does, a 30.4. That is a very handy lap from him. He's now half a second clear of Aaron. Let's see if we can turn the pressure on Mikey. Oh, he's invalidated again. Unlucky Mikey.
Probably in the, I'd say it could be in the SS, I'd say.
I'll go on board Casey Bernard then. Yeah. Casey, whoa! Big understeer there through the left-hander for Casey. Just kept it in track limits there. He was right over the curbs on through the right-hander. But there, that is a proof there of how just tricky these cars are to handle now. He flung it in. And is that going to cost him? I missed the checkpoint there, so I didn't see what he got. I was too busy watching him save that massive moment. Onto the back straight then. DRS pops open. Didn't invalidate his lap though, so he's carrying on.
Oh. He's up by 2/10.
So he is improving on his lap time. Through the multi-apex right-hander then, coming around to the end of the lap, 2 corners to go. Oh, he's a little bit wide there through the penultimate corner though. And he's actually pulled out, yeah. So didn't fancy going again. Interesting. Back into the pits.
He should have just done it.
His teammate for the evening then, Mr. Aaron Trucker, currently P7. Joined us for his first season last season, and it was a very welcome and solid addition to the Div 2. Can he kick on the season, start challenging for regular podiums? We shall see.
Very low on the ERS. Is he doing a second run?
Possibly. No, maybe he's on his in lap. Currently sitting P7 on a 31.5. Ooh, big twitch there. Yeah, he's on fuel. Maybe this is his in lap. To the flat and so 5 minutes of the session to go. Our current running order is Maxi Syme on pole by half a second over Aaron T. Smith in P3 with Casey Bernard P4. Chubbs is P5. Katame's behind him P6. Yeah, he's into the pit stop. Aaron Trucker P7 who are on board. They've got the 2 Mercedes. Alex Pixie just ahead of Matman. Unsafe release rounding out the top 10. And Pagani in 11th. Feber is 12th. Brady's your daddy currently 13th. Mikey yet to set a lap time, and Calspur will be starting from the back. He's just dropping in tonight to get a bit of practice on no assists, so he won't be qualifying, but what can he do in the race? He'll be trying to chase down Chubbs.
He's on a good lap, I think. Okay,
we'll go find the always exciting Katames as he comes into the technical section off the back straight through the double right. Into this multi-apex right hand. There's almost a mirror copy of the turn 8 at Turkey, but that's of course a left-handed corner. This one's a right. 1 corner to go. Opens the circuit nicely using all the curbs on exit, and he improves up to P3, 31.0. So tidy lap there from Katames. Puts himself onto the second row. Of course, Katames is always exciting to watch. Also a demon off the line, so could he be in amongst the front row into turn 1 if he starts on the second row? Well, we shall see. We've got a couple of guys coming out on outlaps. Let's get down to the last 3 minutes 15. So the final runs to come. There's a look at the chat. We've got Brutus there supporting his teammate Brett. Unfortunately, Brutus not with us tonight. Hopefully he'll be back next week for round 2 at Russia. Daft Chip there supporting his teammate and his stand-in Casey and Aaron. They're currently sat P5 and P7, so well poised for a good haul of points. Fever in the chat as well as being on the track, multitasking as ever. Currently P12, his teammate is P4. Just still, of course, tied on lap time with Casey Bernard, so... Who else have we got? We've got Sparks in the chat as well. Sparks currently sat in the naughty corner for a couple of races. He'll be back though for round 3 in France. Good evening, Graham. Good evening, Graham. And there's a very laggy Mercedes, says Pagani. That will probably be Alex's connection. Looked a little bit ropey earlier. Hopefully it won't be too bad. And Goy in the chat cheering on Mikey. So then here we go, then everybody now starting to head out onto track for what will be their final run of the session. The track will now be at its optimal. Plenty of rubber laid down. And Maxi Syme is the first one onto a flying run then. So let's see how the current pole sitter... Yeah, a bit of traffic ahead of him. Hopefully he'll get out of the way. He's got 3 or 4 cars not too far ahead of him. So hopefully they will see him coming. Of course, this is the problem with getting on your lap a little bit early. You do risk coming out behind everybody who is just on their way out. Just on their out lap. The first one gets out of the way. He's got a bit of a gap now to the Alfa Romeo ahead of him. So let's see how he gets on and coming to the end of sector 2. How is he getting on? Somebody just popped up in front of the thing. He is that up? He is. He's up again by 0.14. So Maxi Syme looking to lower that bar even further. Lay down the gauntlet to Aaron. Casamise and co behind him. Although Casamise I don't think will get out for another run now. Through the multi-apex right-hander, 2 corners to go. Maxi Syme looking to take the first pole position of season 17 for Div 2. Flings into the final corner. Does he improve on his lap time? The answer is he does by 0.07. Lost a little bit of time in the final sector, but into the 30.3s. For him then, who have we got on flats? Casey Bernard coming round to the end of the lap. He's got traffic in front of him as well. Is he going to get out of his way?
Hell no.
No, he's going to start his lap, give him a little bit of tow at the final corner. Casey Bernard a little bit wide. Does he improve? No, just shy by 0.019. So he stays 5th. Who have we got coming around? So this is on the back straight. Aaron is...
Mikey is coming, boys. Invalidate his lap. Will he get around? On... Will he? No.
Oh, the checker flag is now
out.
out.
Glitch.
No, Mikey crosses the line, so no lap time on the board then. So we'll go on board with Aaron as he tries to overhaul over half a second now. He needs to find. He is down in the first sector by 0.081, sorry. Let's see if we've got coming around to finish the laps. We've got unsafe, I believe. He has invalidated his lap, so he won't be improving. Aaron behind him is invalidated as well. He won't be improving. Pagani still on a lap. Can he improve? No, he peels off into the pits.
Bread is coming around the fast right-hander here. Like left-hander, right-hander?
Bread, he is 0.9 seconds up then, so big improvement on the cards for Bread here. Let's go put him well inside the top 10. If he can find any more time in the final couple of corners, the answer is... he does, and all the way up to P6, 31.2. So a very solid lap there from Bread. Alex Bix crosses the line, 31.9 for him. Jumps at the final corner. Does he improve? No, marginally misses out on improving his lap time. Here comes Aaron at the final corner. Oh, he's invalidated. Would have been the 30.7. And just T. Smith to go then. Out of the final corner he comes. Does he improve? No, he's quite a way off in terms of time. 56.6 there. Not a representative lap time from him. And so there we have it. And Maxi Syme claims the first pole position of the season. The Ferrari man who was excellent last week. I think it was a poor strategy call cost him last week. He ended up going back and retired in the end. So, but he was running right at the front last week.
Alex Pixie on a lap for you, or is that just me?
Is what, sorry?
Alex Pixie on a lap, or is that just me? I just seeing things like what?
Are you seeing things? He might be on a lap actually, yeah. Yeah, he could be on a lap still. Yeah, maybe he is. That'll be while we're still going. Right. One driver to come round. However, it says he's on 51 seconds. This is a very quick lap time.
Yeah,
the game is definitely glitched. It's a very quick
lap.
lap time. It's going to be a sub-minute lap here if he does this. He does a 31.9. There we go. That's what his actual lap time was. He does improve. What's that? In fact,
the checkered flag isn't beside his name.
well, the time's run out now. Well, the time's about to run out anyway, so he can try and carry on. And that will be all. There we go. What is going on? Oh, this game. This game. What is going on here? Why is he still going?
Any suggestions?
Break Codemaster servers is my suggestion here. So, oh god, here we go. So the game is broken, clearly, and we are we are watching. Hopefully, Alex will. It says he's on his outlap now, so right. We'll just have to pop a message into the chat. Lovely no game glitches. He's going around again.
That's so true. How's he have so much fuel? What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. This game is so broken. Right, put a message in. Hopefully he will see it. What is going on? This bloody game already broken.
I think that could be his AI though. Either like you don't know.
Well, if he retires from a session, it should.
Oh, the session, yeah, should work.
So fingers crossed. There we go, he's got the message. I think we're okay. Right, there we go then. So, qualifying done, finally. Alex is getting a few practice laps in there. Right then, so pole position goes to Maxi Syme. Aaron lines up alongside him on the front row. Alex Pixie somehow managed to get a lap in of a 31.0, so he has actually jumped up to P3. In all that, Catamese is starting P4, T Smith P5, Casey Bernard is P6, Brad is your daddy starts P7, Captain Chubbs will be starting P8, Aaron Trucker P9, and Mattman rounds out the top 10. So those drivers will all be starting on those soft tyres that they have qualified on. Outside the top 10, Unsafe Release is P11, Pagani P12, Faber P13, Just Mikey P14, and Calsper at the back. They will all have a free tyre choice. So what strategy do they want to take last night? Did they watch the race last night? Have they picked up any tips? It seemed that the one stopper seemed to be what a lot of the drivers were going to try and attempt last night. Those who started on the mediums, the medium hard strategy, but the two stopper, an aggressive two stopper with a double soft stint could well usurp that strategy. So interested to see what people do. So we're qualifying done then. Let's get some predictions in the chat. Who is going to win this one? Who is going to join them on the podium? Who's going to be the standout driver? I think Maxi will actually turn that pole position into a victory this week. I think he showed excellent pace last week, and he is. I think he will take his first win tonight. I expect Aaron to chase him home, and I think that. Do I think Calspo will come through to third? Or do I think somebody will hold him off? I think that... Just need to remind myself who saw 5th or 6th, right about there. I think one of them might sneak a podium. Yeah, I can't remember. It was like 10 seconds ago and I've already forgotten, so bear with me. That's my front two. I think my front two are going to stay as they are. I just need to figure out who's going to be third, but I can't remember who's in that little gaggle behind and where they were. So let me
Catamese, T Smith, Chubbs, Great.
I think Chubbs will crash. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Chubbs.
well,
You've got form.
I agree.
Who have we got?
Okay, we have a car
just,
here.
Somebody's just taken off. What is going on with this game? I think that's... who do I think? I'm going to give it to Casey. I think Casey will get third. There you go. That's going to be our prediction. Maxi, Simon, Aaron and Casey, my top three. Dan wants to know, why am I not racing? Well, unfortunately, we lost our commentator for Div 2, and as a result, somebody had to step in and do it, and as the owner of, or as the guy in charge of the league, I'm not one to shirk from my responsibility, so I have decided to take the season off. I'm going to practice on my wheel, get up to speed, hopefully find a new comm for next season, and then I will be back running around at the back of Div 2 on my wheel, so probably spinning a lot more as well. So that is why I'm not on track this season. Graham reckons Aaron for the win, as he's a man who knows how to get it done. He certainly is. Dan reckons Aaron, Calsper, Maxi. Daftchip reckons Trucker to sneak a podium. Well, he's got a bit of work to do for P9, but as we saw last night, anything can happen here. Expecting a few incidents. So, yeah, a lot can go on in this one.
I reckon it'll be the top two anyways, that's there, right? Then it'll be Can't meet maybe, or I'm gonna say Turismo, just for the wild card.
There we go. That is Joe's prediction. Let's have a look then. Who is running on what tyres? So obviously we know the top 10 are all starting on the softs. Of those drivers who are starting outside the top 10, Unsafe Release in P11 is on the mediums. Pagani behind him in 12th, also on the mediums. But then Fieber, Just Mikey and Kalsper all starting on the softs. So they've gone aggressive from the very beginning. As the drivers forming up then, Maxi Simon on pole alongside Aaron, Alex, Pixie in third, Katamis fourth, T Smith, Casey Bernard, Brad is your daddy, Captain Chubbs, Aaron Trucker and Matman round out your top 10. Unsafe, Pagani, Fieber, Just Mikey and Kalsper around off the grid. So they get onto the grid and now we await for the lights. And we'll let these go out. It'll probably be a couple more seconds because I imagine this is not going to be in sync. I think Alex's game is desynced quite badly. Away we go. It's not a great start on the front row. Here comes Katamis as expected. Oh, it's contact with Anders banging wheels. Side by side with Aaron, who's got the jump on Maxi Syme. Maxi's not had a great start. Aaron with the squeeze. Katamis contact. As they come down the hill. But Aaron has got the whole shot. Maxi gets back into P2. Katamis third. T Smith fourth. Of course, the Mercedes. I don't know what's going on with the Mercedes. It looked like he went way before anybody else, but he's not given boxed as a penalty, so there's something very broken with this game. Oh, we get a flag sector 1.
Aaron Trucker's out. Oh my god.
Oh, Aaron's gone. The curse of Death Chip is struck her already, and a virtual safety car on the opening lap.
I didn't see what happened to him. He must have lost it off the top of the hill, judging where his car is.
Yeah, it looks like he's come... Yeah, probably that fast left-hander, isn't it, after the chicane. Maybe on the exit there, got on the curbs. Unfortunately, the McLaren man is gone on lap 1. It's a shame for him. Tricky sector of the lap, scored him out to the virtual safety car deployed. The drivers then... Aaron's saying that Alex isn't in the race, so I'm not quite sure what's going on here. This game has glitched out badly already. We had no issues last night as well, so it's a shame this has happened, but we'll try and sort it out at the end. Let's see where it is. The virtual safety car ends, and we are racing again. And with Maxi Syme close attendance, Katami's going with them as well. Big movers on the opening lap. Kalsper up 3, Fieber up 2, Pagani up 2, Unsafe up 2. Mikey stayed where he is. Matman's been the big loser. He's down 3 places. Of course, Aaron out of the race as well.
Corsa.
As Aaron now takes the lead on track again. through the ghosted Mercedes. And he's now starting to put the hammer down, try and pull a bit of a gap over the Ferrari. Closes back in again though, under braking. Katami's going with them as well. And a little bit of a gap back to T. Smith, but he's still very much in touch. Down the back straight we go on lap 2. Of course, there'll be no DRS this lap, so it should be activated next lap. However, with the virtual safety goal, I might put it back another lap. So Aaron would do well to make hay, try and break away. Top 3 making a little bit of a gap here. The yellow flag.
Oh, Brett.
Oh, Brett's facing the wrong way. He's in a spin there, coming out of one of the right-handers. Gets it pointing the right way again, hopefully. Oh, now he's cooked his tyres. We saw this with Funky Fox last night. Just got to remember he's got to be on slippery tyres for a couple of corners. Just needs to get those tyres cooled down.
Casey
Gets going again. Out the final corner, T. Smith is wide. Casey goes through, so Casey up to P4. Top 3 breaking away now. Aaron continues to lead, but Maxi Syme and Katowice are going with him. Pagani making a move on Alex Pixie further back as the ghosted Mercedes drops down the order. Look at now how close Maxi Syme is to the back of Arrow as they come through those double right-handers into the left. He's all over the back of him. These two had a great scrap at the start of last week's race. Maxi Syme now starting to apply the pressure. Now, do we have DRS? We'll find out in a second.
Yes, we do, Lee. We do.
Is it active? He comes out of the hairpin. It is indeed. So here we go then. Katamis is right there as well. Maxi Syme through the trap, the line. Oh, we've got a yellow flag further back. It is Chubbs has gone round now. Maxi Syme sweeps into the lead of the race, and so the Ferrari man retakes the point of the race. Aaron drops in behind, and Katami's right with them as well. Casey Bernard and T. Smith scrapping further back, changes. Too wide then as Kalsper gets ahead of Fever, who is now under attack from unsafe. So the two German friends battling hard over 8th and 9th. That man's starting to recover some ground now. He's up into P10 again. Mikey is up to P11. Chubbs has had that spin, as did Brett, who's now got his car pointing the right way. His tyres are cooled down. He's back then, so Maxi Syme has got the hammer down. He's got that lead over a second, but Aaron was in DRS range, so able to just claw a couple of tenths back in then. Excuse me. The race now starting to settle down a little bit, but Maxi Syme trying to get out of DRS range. He is 9/10 of a second. Aaron now has got to be watching in his mirrors as well for that flashing white has. Deploying some ERS there to try and keep himself within DRS range. They go over the detection line there, and that means he is still within 1 second, so he will have DRS.
Yeah, but once you're out with DRS, you might as well forget about it.
Very much so, very much so. Ooh, wide there goes unsafe out of the left-hander to the back straight. Here comes T. Smith on Casey Bernard with the DRS wide open. Nice and easy overtake. And through he goes. In the background, Kalsper doing the same to Pagani. Williams man already up to P6.
Mikey at half wing. This one.
Oh, Mikey's had a spin at the hairpin. Yeah, that's where Chubb spent last lap, and now Mikey's followed suit. I'll save him the dignity of looking at him as he recovers to the track. So leave it with him there. So Maxi Syme has now got over that magical second gap. So he is now starting to stretch his legs and pull away. He has shown excellent pace on this game so far.
I think Aaron's tyres are cooked. I think if he's that far behind.
And now he's under attack from Katami's, who looks up the inside but not close enough this time. Thinks better of it and wait for another opportunity. Further back, Brady Daddy just going past Alex. Daft Chip there saying sorry for jinxing Aaron, but he just wanted to wait till next week to score some points when he's there. Team solidarity. That's fair play. It's very, very kind of Aaron there not to pull away from your teammate in the championship standings when he's not here. It's very, very kind.
That's very kind.
Into the
Mikey
hairpin
is
onto
in for a set of wets. Okay.
that is an interesting call.
That is very interesting. Mikey.
Katavi's then up to P2, down the inside of Aaron into the left-hander. Aaron's going to try and fight him around the outside there. This isn't done. Aaron's got the inside for the right-hander here. Katavi's going to try and hang on around the outside. I'll give him the inside for the left-hander in a moment. Still side by side. Katavi's with a squeeze. Oh, bit of contact there.
Ooh.
Hip and shoulder wide. A very Katavi's rambunctious move there. Gives Aaron the hip and shoulder. And through he goes. Hopefully Aaron didn't pick up any damage in that. Of course, you see how very easy it is to get light wing damage. Aaron straight into the pits here. So did he pick up any wing damage in that? Or is this just a tactical call to get off of those soft tyres? Just Mikey's now picked up a penalty as well for his troubles. They're probably struggling for grip on those wets, I imagine. Aaron is in. No, so he didn't get any damage on that, thankfully. And he's on his way onto the medium tyres.
Could be a two-stop lead. Could be a two-stop.
Mikey's decided to go back to sort of early 2000s F1 with groove slick tyres. Seems to be struggling for grip though a little bit, I'm not going to lie. With Mikey, the comedy never stops. Oh dear. Jumps now with a penalty. T. Smith with a penalty there, running a little bit wide. That's on the exit, have to get a little bit of a wobble. Only he's right on the edge of the track, and that's giving him a penalty for his troubles. And so then on lap 6 running order is Maxi Syme leads by 2.4 seconds over Katamis. T. Smith in third, still fighting off Casey Bernard. Mikey's now got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting.
Oh.
Imagine he's probably looking for some puddles somewhere. Casey Bernard fourth, Calsper now fifth, trying to close down on that battle for P3. Pagani just tucked in behind him. And then Matman, look at this little battle going on here. Matman, Fever, Chubbs recovering unsafe. Aaron on the back of this train as well. No, he's not. He's 8 seconds off the back. I do apologise. So just these four. So Matman has found his way back up to P7. He's got Fever, Chubbs and unsafe right in behind him though. As they come through the Pulswick corners. Complete lap 6 on to lap 7 we go.
Yeah, I reckon Mikey should pay.
I mean, it's a bold strategy. I don't see any cloud cover just yet, so Mikey's gone early on for the wet, so if I'm honest.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Oh, VSC.
Ooh, virtual safety car. Who is that for?
I'm nearly sure it could be for Mikey going into the pits. He hit the wall. And he broke his wing.
Possible. That could be very possible, yes. Fresh wing going on to the Red Bull. He's got some medium tyres this time. That's a better choice.
Yeah, it is.
And he's on his way again, but he's already a lap down. So not ideal for Mikey on his return performance. Just standing in, so this might convince him not to come back. We shall see. So Maxi Syme is your race leader. 4.5 seconds to the good. We're under virtual safety car, the second one of the race. Now, does he use this as a free pit stop? Because Aaron went early, and he would have been taking time out of the front runners. Oh, and Mikey, just to compound his misery, now has a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. Oh, Maxi Syme is in, race leader pits. Mikey gets a 3-second penalty just for his troubles. Oh, Mikey. It's not going well. Not going well. Katavi's then takes over at the head of the field. He's now got T. Smith closing him down. So T. Smith's gained quite a chunk of time there under the VSC. Whether or not Katavi's lost some time prior to that, or... we shall see. Where's Maxi Syme going to come out then relative to the race leader, or the former Aaron, sorry. Syme on his way. Where is Aaron? He's coming up start finish right there, so Maxi Syme has covered off Aaron. It's nicely done. Yeah, Aaron in the chat there saying he completely lost the back end of the left turn at the top of the hill where you said he would be. Yeah, it's a tricky point as the car goes a little bit light. And yeah, that was unfortunately the end of Aaron for week 1. Hopefully he'll go a little bit better next week in Russia. It's a lot flatter track there, so he won't have any hills to go over, at least.
T. Smith is close. He's going for the move on. He's down inside.
T. Smith for the lead. Into the left-hander. Cammy's going to try and fight around the outside, though. We saw this earlier with Aaron. So he'll have the inside for these right-handers. Can T. Smith hang on around the outside, though? He will then have the inside for the lefts. Does he do what Katamis did to Aaron? He just ushers him wide. And into the lead of the race. Katamis coming back at him again, though. This isn't done. And Casey Bernard trying to buy into this now as well. And in comes Katamis, in comes KC, so they peel off into the pits. That leaves T. Smith at the front on his own. Let's go pick up this little battle pack that was going on. Matman, Chubbs, Fever, Unsafe. All battling hard still. All very close together. We've got the former race leader. Simon coming up behind them as well. He should clear Katamis, who is in the pit lane. Doesn't wait, as it is Calsper. Now, interesting strategy there. Katamis has gone onto the hards, whereas Casey, Bernard and Carlsberg have gone onto the mediums. Maxi Simon also went onto the mediums, so Katamis potentially trying the one stop.
Yeah, Lee, I'm sorry, I just have to say something. I have to give a shout out to Subaru's leader. He's my show.
You can give him a shout out.
Hey guys. How are you guys?
T. Smith is your leader by 5.8 seconds over Pagani. Neither of those two have stopped. Matman now up to 3rd. Chubbs is 4th. And Feber is P5, who we're currently watching in this little train going on down the back straight. Chubbs doesn't have DRS, so Feber's closing right in under braking. Not quite close enough to make a move this time, but he's now right with him as Bread there, losing a place to KC. We've got Safe behind Fever, and then Maxi Simon closing in. The net race leader has made his first stop. Now catching this train of cars who have not yet pitted. So of those ahead, T. Smith carries on again. The guy on the mediums will carry on. Matman had a free tyre choice, so his tyres will probably last a couple more laps. Chubbs is still on his tyres despite that spin. Fever got free tyre choice as well, I believe. Or did he? Yeah, I think he may have started on those tyres, so we shall see Maxi Simon now on the back of this train. He's still got 4.8 seconds over Aaron. Change further back as Katamis goes past Bread. And Katamis got jumped by Casey Bernard on that lap. So Casey, who's on the mediums, Katamis on the hards. So Katamis playing the long game though.
When is T. Smith going to come in?
That's the question. So he's started, he qualified on those tyres. So these are now at least 12 laps old. I can't imagine they're going to go much longer. I think last night we saw some of the guys go to about lap 11, 12 on the softs. So those who got the, obviously because everybody got free tyre choice for the race because it was a wet qualifying.
Yeah.
So I imagine he will be in very soon.
P4.
Chubbs up in P4 after that spin, but Feber right on him still, didn't make a move down the back straight. So, and now they've got the pole sitter, the net race leader Maxi Simon starting to carve his way through. Of course, he is now on fresh mediums. Oh, he spun! Curse of the commentator. Around he goes.
Whoa!
Oh, and across the track in front of Aaron, who does well to avoid him. Casey Bernard's going to get him as well. Maxi Simon there just got on the power too early and spun off the track. And that's dropped him now behind Casey, behind Aaron. Into the pits comes Feber and Chubbs. So that has changed the complexion of this race because he was comfortably in the lead of this, or would have been, once the first round of pit stops shook out. But now Aaron is now the net race leader because the 4 cars ahead of him have not yet pitted. T. Smith still carrying on those soft tyres. It's a drama at the head of the race. Predator Daddy in. He's also gone to the hards. It's Fever onto the hards, and Predator Daddy's gone onto the hards, as is Chubbs. So they're possibly doing the one-stopper. Calsper onto the mediums. Maxi, Casey, Aaron all went onto the mediums, so they're probably going to stop again. There'll be a sprint at the end on the soft tyres for them, I'd imagine.
No, I think you can do the one stop from the mediums as well, though, Lee.
Yeah, it'd probably be close though, and I think they wouldn't be in very good condition at the end of the race. You see, Casey Bernard with a big twitch there. Maxi Sign coming back at him now, so he's recomposed himself. Casey, who's also closed in on Aaron, so Casey's just a second behind Aaron now, and Maxi Sign 7/10 back from him. So this will be for the net race lead. When does T Smith pit? He's gone round again, so T Smith still persisting on those tyres.
Does he realise he has to pit, like?
Yeah, I think he does. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. Who is that?
Matman.
Is it Matman?
Got to be.
Yeah, he was third a second ago. I'm sure he was third a minute ago. So yeah, I think Matman's had a moment there. Yeah, he's a little bit slow. Coming out, he's got wing damage yet. Wrong damage on the right side of his car. So Matman is wounded. Gonna spin at the final corner. Actually, Simon sides his way through the S's. So Matman there looks like he's lost out the final corner. Fortunately for him. In that case, Bernard got a little bit held up there by Matman as they came through turn 2. That's just allowed Aaron to get away, but Casey Bernard is right on the cusp of DRS. So we've got a yellow flag sector 2. Is that Matman just getting out of the way, probably?
Yeah.
Casey Bernard does not have DRS this time. So he was just outside. He was literally thousandths of a second outside the DRS range of Aaron. Maxi Simon closing in because he does have DRS. Katames and Kalsper changing positions. Kalsper on the mediums, so he will probably stop again. And if he doesn't, well, fair play to him. Oh, those tyres will be very, very slidey at the end of the race, and Katames, you know, the hard tyres will get to the end, so this could come back to him yet. Of course, this could all change. Finally, race leader is in. Off of those soft tyres, he's got 12 laps out of them, so that's a very good effort from T. Smith. Managing his tyres supremely well.
So mediums.
He goes on to the mediums then, so he'll be racing. He's got 16 laps to do on them. And they can probably do that, so he could be going to the end here. Chelsea's Aaron now on the back of Unsafe Release. I think he'll be sick of the sight of Unsafe Release. These two battle pretty much every week, every race in GT Sport. And now in F1 you can see there like how much Aaron is understeering wide, and KC and Maxi Simon are right back on him, following that dirty air. The guy ahead of him on 12 lap old medium, so Aaron's on much fresher rubber as well. Unsafe has a twitch as he gets on the power. Through to the back straight, then look how much he's got, so much more grip. He's almost alongside him already without even using the DRS. Unsafe will be a bit of a sitting duck here for 1, 2, maybe
Casey
all 3.
Bernard.
And here comes Casey, and now they're going to go 3 wide. Casey to the inside. This is for the lead of the race, or the net lead of the race anyway. Pagani's still ahead. Aaron holds on around the outside. Now he's side by side with Casey. They're going to go wheel to wheel into the right-hander. Casey hanging on around the outside. He's now got ahead for the left-hander. Aaron comes back at him. Casey ushers him wide. Aaron goes for a cut back, trying to get the power down early. But he can't get the overlap, and Casey gets the move done. Aaron looks at the inside through that right-hander. Maxi Simon now battling with Unsafe. He's got held up there badly behind the Alpine. He's just losing a little bit of touch with this battle ahead of him. We want to get eager to get quick. He's already up the inside at the final corner. Unsafe has a bit of a slide. And Maxi Simon gets through. They've both got DRS.
Unsafe though as well.
Yeah, both on DRS. Maxi on fresher tyres. He's got the inside. But Unsafe there, running around the outside. Trying to hold his ground. Side by side to turn 2. And Unsafe holds the position. So great driving from both of those. Unsafe, they can see they're just struggling a little bit for front end grip through that sector again. Maxi closing right back in, but he's losing so much time to Aaron and KC. He's lost it. They've lost DRS to those 2 cars ahead now. Maxi will probably try and stay behind here. Or is he going to go? He's going to go straight up the inside of the hairpin. He'll get DRS as well because he's already behind. Can he get it stopped and turned? He can. Now we'll have the DRS in a second as well. That should help him pull away. Not safe though. Employing some battery, coming back at him. It's not over. Aaron not close enough to make a move on KC, so KC holds on to P2. Race leader is the other Aston Martin, Pagani, leading the race. Of course, he started on the medium tyres, so he'll be trying to get to a point where he can switch to the softs.
Aaron needs to try and save a bit of ERS. I know it's hard, but
yeah, Aaron down on 17% at the minute, but if he can follow Casey around for a couple of laps, just use the slipstream and use the DRS, that should pull him along. He's got 1.9 seconds back to Maxi Simon, who's now going to have to get the hammer down and try and close that gap back in again. Lost so much time there. Battle Casey going defensive up the start finish right there, right to the pit wall. Trying to break the slipstream. Holds position for now. Fever picking up a penalty. So into the second half of the race then. Current running order is as follows. Pagani leads in the Aston Martin, but he has yet to make his first stop. Casey Bernard is P2 and the net race leader. He's battling hard though with Aaron. These two just 0.4 of a second apart. Maxi Simon was the race leader, was comfortably the race leader, and then spun while picking his way through traffic. And has dropped now to what will be a net P3. Currently running in P4. Unsafe release, still yet to make his pit stop. He is P5. We've got T. Smith closing in P6. Kalsper now P7. With Katamise still on his tail, so Katamise has not been dropped. Katamise on the hard tyres.
Lead on Casey.
Oh, change for P2. It's Aston Martin 1-2. T. Smith getting the move done on unsafe as well into the braking zone at the end of the back straight. Kalsper and Katamise going at it as well, so Katamise coming back at Kalsper now. Trying to get up the inside here. Gets the traction. Got the traction off that has. Williams has the inside. Katamise going to try the sweeping line around the outside, get cut back for the inside, get the power early. And they're going to try and go side by side through the right hander. No, they're not. Katamise drops back in again. But great side by side action between those two. Chubbs is P9. He is 7 seconds behind that pair. He got Feber in P10. Then Brady's Daddy P11, Mattman P12, Alex Pixie's car still circulating P13, and Mikey after his exploits on the wet tyre down in P14, a lap down. Fastest lap of the race goes to T. Smith. The T. Smith is now charging. But this is the battle to watch at the moment. Aaron versus KC, 0.3 of a second between them. Maxi Simon starting to close back in again. That gap's now 1.1, and T. Smith is coming as well. So might we have a four-way scrap for the lead, possibly developing. T. Smith, of course, much fresher tyres. That extended his first stint on the softs.
Ooh, we got a unsafe release around top of the hill.
Unsafe's gone. He kept his wing intact. He's got his wing intact, thankfully. So he carries on, drops behind Chubbs down to P9. Change for P2. KC using the DRS. Goes around the outside of Aaron. Into the braking zone. And back up to P2 then. Maxi Simon continues to try and hunt them down, but he's lost a couple of tenths there. DRS just helping these two pull away a little bit again. T. Smith 2.5 seconds back from Maxi Simon. I think he's had a bit of a wobble there. He was 2 seconds a second ago, so I think he's just had a little bit of a moment, lost a little bit of time.
Pagani's in.
Race leader is in. Oh, and Aaron picks up a penalty. That's his second, I think. So Aaron now starting to rack up the penalties. That could be key to the outcome of this race. Maxi Simon closing back in now. That gap is now just over a second to Aaron.
Pagani in for a set of softs.
Pagani makes the switch to softs. Will Unsafe follow him in this lap? The answer is no. Unsafe has carried on. So he's going to do one more lap, perhaps, and make the switch. But Pagani then, who's coming out in P7. Now, could he feature in this race? He's got 5.3 seconds to Katamise, who's going to the end on the hard tyres. He's still battling with Kalsper. So these two have been inseparable for a number of laps now. Aaron still on KC, and Maxi Simon is back in DRS range. So we've got 3 for the lead. T. Smith's charge has just stalled a little bit. Aaron closing on KC. I think KC's probably got enough in hand though. Unless Aaron wants to send a big move into the break. He said he's going to. Looks to the inside. Pops back in again though. Not quite close enough this time. A signal of intent there, and Maxi Syme gets ever closer as well. 1.5 second covers the top 3, but Aaron has got a penalty to his name. The other 2 without for the moment. Less than 1.5 seconds covers your top 3. With that, Casper and Katame's still going at it as well. Katame's right on the back, and in the background, on that fresh set of soft tyres.
Ooh, sector 1, Mikey.
It is Mike, I think, had a bit of a moment somewhere. Pagani now got that gap to Katame's. It was 5.2, it's now 3.2. So Pagani is flying. So we'll sector 2. It's Mikey again. No, Mikey's gone. Mikey has retired, unfortunately.
Oh no. Could be a safety car.
I'm waiting for some sort of announcement. Safety car. There it is. Unsafe pits at just the right time. And that is going to close the whole field up. Well, we had a great battle for 3 going on anyway. Now the question is, do any of them take the risk and go on to softs?
They should.
They should do. And that will put Pagani into the lead of the race, potentially. You can imagine everybody but Unsafe Bread and Pagani would pit. Because obviously Pagani pitted last time around. Unsafe is just pitted, Bread is in the pits now. Matman's in the pits as well, so they're all going on to the softs.
The interesting, holy.
It's going to be track position versus fresh tyres, and I think with we've got 11 laps including the one we're on to go. I think the fresh tyres are going to be king around here, because it's a good circuit for overtaking, this one. As we saw last night, everybody made the call to go onto fresh softs, and we were treated to a bit of an overtake fest before the end of the race.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Joe. So here we go. And so what do the front 3 do? They're coming around to the final couple of corners. Who makes the call? Casey goes in. Aaron is in. Max Syme is in. Takes the bollard with him. T. Smith is in. Calsper is in. Katame's is in. So Pagani, is he close enough to take the lead of the race? Is the question. The safety car might get away with this. Is he going to get there? I think he is. So I think Pagani's going to take the lead of the race here. And he does. So Pagani then takes over at the head of the queue. Casey Bernard's going to filter out behind him. And then Aaron and Maxi Syme.
T. Smith is on a set of mediums. What?
Oh, maybe does he? Oh, interesting. Does he not have any fresh softs, I wonder? Surely he had a fresh set of softs. That might be a mistake on his part. We'll see. We shall see. So T. Smith booked the trend. The drivers then catch up to the safety car. So safety car is out on lap 19 of 28. We are setting ourselves up for a grandstand sprint finish, as we did last night. And we have got Aston Martin at the head of the queue, but it is Pagani now who leads the race. Casey Bernard second. Aaron in third. Aston's running 1 and 3. Maxi Syme, former race leader, pole sitter, sits P4 in the queue. T. Smith, who's just pitted for medium tyres, sits P5. Katame's got ahead of Calsper in that pit sequence. So Calsper maybe got held up as cars came out of the pits. He then sits P6. Calsper P7. Chubbs is P8. Unsafe coming around P9 ahead of Fever in P10, and Bread is P11. Matman also on medium tyres. Interestingly.
Very
P12, and Alex's ghost car, which is completely sat P2 in the queue, is P13. I'm not sure what's happened to Alex, unfortunately. His car seems to be glitching from the outset then.
Ooh.
And now his car has just stopped in the middle of the pack randomly.
And
unsafe has collided with Chubbs under the safety car. Not sure what's happened there. Has he got any damage from that? Somehow I doubt it was a severe collision. He's damaged his end plate, so Unsafe might dive into the pits again here. He does. Yeah, Unsafe peels off there. He got some damage there as he...
Ooh.
Car's backed up there. I think it might have been the Mercedes was maybe slowing up the ghost car, and a couple of people didn't want to overtake it, and it just caught somebody out, unfortunately. That unlucky person was Unsafe. We'll go to the pits though. Also serving his 5-second penalty. Fresh nose goes on, fresh softs go on. And Spurgavato Fiat cheering on Katamise. So some support for Katamise. He's showing the P6, but on the fresh soft tyres, expect Katamise and some fireworks to go off in these final 8 or 9 laps. So just the 2 retirements so far. Aaron unfortunately crashed on lap 1. Mikey, who has had an eventful race to say the least, has retired. And his retirement has brought out this safety car. So
very unfortunate for Mikey, but I reckon the safety car will be in this lap.
So yeah, if everybody together, you imagine it will be in this lap then, so we will get going on lap 20. We're on 21 when we start racing again, if it is this lap. Weaving to warm the tyres. So while we are waiting for the racing to resume, just a reminder, we are back tomorrow on FTRL with our GT Sport League, GT14, into the next week of the championship from Kyoto Yamagiwa. We've got 3 20-minute races ahead of us tomorrow, so do join us for that. Join Switchback to go through all the action. It's bound to be fast, frenetic, and lots of side-by-side action as we prepare to go racing again. Sorry Alex, I didn't know what was going on, mate, to be honest. I didn't know if it was just a qualifying thing or... So I would have known, so do apologise, mate. I will hold my hands up on that one. But as it's glitched here, we'll give you the point that your car gets from this one. I know it's a scant consolation, I do apologise. So, here we go then. Pagani pulls the trigger, and our racing resumes on lap 21. Pagani goes defensive early up to the pit wall, try and break the slipstream from Casey Bernard. There'll be no DRS for 2 laps then after the safety car, so it's up to somebody to manufacture a move on their own. Is anybody looking? Not this time around. Pagani got a very good restart then.
Katami's all over.
Katami's and T-Smith, that was the one looking at, but Katami's has got Calspur as well, so those two have been duking out for a number of laps. It was Katami's chasing Calspur. Now it's Calspur chasing Katamise. They're chasing T. Smith, who's now just trying to pull away again. But yeah, Pagani got a very good restart there. This Casey now trying to hone back in. He's had a good hairpin there. Took a couple of tenths out of him. Now deploying the battery, trying to get in slipstream range. Look at Pagani again, going all the way over to the left to try and break the toe. Everybody following Snake of the Trade. He's spinning the background. It is it Alex Pixie's car? No, it's Matman. Unfortunately, he's gone round. Wing still intact though, so Matman lost it at a similar place that Aaron did. Probably lost the back end. They come into the technical sector again. Another yellow flag. Who is that gone round? Is that Chubbs this time? Yeah, Chubbs has gone unfortunately from... Where was he? He was P8, so he spins out of P8. Calspur and Katami still so close together. T. Smith picks up a penalty. He's just ahead of these two. A bit of a gap forming ahead of him. Then the top 4 have broken away. Aaron then with the fastest lap of the race as he tries to close in on KC.
Academy gets past T. Smith.
Move done then. Yep, Academy's through. T. Smith's call for the medium tyres, perhaps the wrong one. Was it a glitch of the game? Yellow flag in sector 3. Is that Matman again? Makes his way back to pits, unsafe for the penalty. Here comes Calsper on T. Smith. Big lunge to the inside. Good send there, but saw it coming. Telegraphed it nicely. And through he goes. And he sets off chasing after Katamise again. For the lead. For P2. No, everybody just showing in the mirrors. Aaron right on the back of KC. KC closing in on Pagani. Maxi Simon's just not able to hold on to the pace at the minute. Of course, he will jump Aaron on penalties. But he'll want the win, having been on pole, having been the race leader. But that mistake a few laps ago, he span out while getting through the traffic. He finds himself in P4. Aaron, of course, just being pulled along by the slipstream there a little bit, and he's just out of DRS range. Calsper with a penalty.
Very impressed with Casey's pace today.
Yeah, so right. He's come on leaps and bounds into... Oh, Calsper's in the pits, is he? Was he round?
He was round.
Oh, he's in the pits. Oh, now he's sped in the pit lane as well, so Calsper's race goes from bad to what he retires. Yep. He was just doing a bit of practice, so not too fussed. I don't think he'll be about that one, but some good pace from him today, some good battles. It's Casey there again, just struggled a little bit there through that final left-hander of the S's. Oh, Pagani now with a penalty. So that's the race leader of the penalties of KC now in the pole position. The two drivers either side of him now have penalties. Maxi Simon's closing back in again now, so Maxi Simon I think has got the hurry up. Down the back straight we go, DRS open for both. Casey covers the inside, Aaron thinks about the inside. Casey covers him off. Aaron's going to try and go the long way though. Oh, Casey's so close to Pagani on the braking zone there. Aaron's trying to get the overlap. Oh, contact!
Oh, contact!
And around goes Aaron. Casey just cut his nose off there as they turn into the right-hander. That was an almighty whack. And might that be a race-defining incident? We shall see if that lands in the steward's desk later on. Pagani, so one of the drivers drops out of the battle for the lead. It's down to 3. Pagani still leading. Casey second. Maxi Simon third. Schupp has had another moment in the background, I think, of the Red Bull. They drop down the hill now. Can Casey overhaul Pagani on track is the question. He doesn't need to, but whether or not that incident ends up being looked at, we shall see. So Aaron had a little bit of an overlap. His nose was slightly alongside. I couldn't see how close or how far alongside he was as they got to the apex, but Casey did kind of chop him off a little bit. But we'll shall see if it comes to the stewards later on. Onto the back straight we go. Lap 24 of 28. DRS pops open. Casey now starting to close on the race leader. Maxi Simon being dragged along as well in the background. T. Smith and Bredd now going at it. T. Smith super defensive to the inside. Bredd's going to go all the way around the outside. Oh, a little bit of tyre rub there. T. Smith and slide, but Bredd gets the move done. Bredd up to P5. So after that earlier spin, Bredd has now done exactly what Funky Fox did last night as well. Using that safety car, he's found himself now in the top 5. So excellent recovery there. Aaron's gone past T. Smith as well.
Febron unsafe.
Febron unsafe battling as well. These two know each other inside out. These are very good friends. They race in GT all the time. They've raced on ACC together now. They're on track on F1 together as well. Febron currently has the upper hand. These two were battling last week at Mexico as well. We'll have unsafe with DRS behind him. DRS up the inside. And that'll be a fairly easy overtake. And he retakes P8. So those two starting to squabble. Back though to the battle for the lead. Pagani still leads. Casey still with him. Maxi Simon right there as well. Less than a second covering the top 3 now.
Very interesting.
Indeed, so into the hairpin, onto the back straight we go. DRS will pop open. Casey deploying some battery, trying to close in. DRS now opens. Is he going to be close enough for a move into the left hand at the end of the straight? He is closing. Pagani's gone defensive. Casey's going to have to go the long way. Oh, and a bit of a twitch there, and now Maxi Syme's on him. But he holds him off for now, so it's as you were. Pagani doing an excellent job of defending. Holding Casey at arm's length, making him go the long way around, and just ushered him wide on corner exit. Maintains the place then. We're on lap 25 of 28. 3 to go, and a couple of corners. Katamise is not catching these guys. He's not been able to close that gap. He is currently in a very solid P4 though. Aaron has got ahead of Bread meanwhile. Here we go then, up the start finish rate. Is Casey close enough this time? Probably not. Maxi Syme is closer, but Casey's got DRS as well, so he's not getting that advantage. Matman with a penalty. Not been his night, unfortunately. Yellow flag sector 1. Who is that?
Chubbs.
Chubbs again. No, it's sector 1. He's in sector 3.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Not sure who that was. No, it could have been Chubbs. Oh, he's in the pits. But it seems weird that would be sector 1. We are confused. Never mind. Carrying on the race back to the front then. Casey Bell right under Pagani. Oh, he's trying to get the inside into the hairpin. Has a big twitch. Pagani then gets a bit of a launch off the corner. Casey's now got a bit of work to do. Maxi Syme is right on him again as well. Pagani again goes all the way over to the left hand side. Covers the inside. Casey will have to go the long way if he wants to make this move. We saw Pagani defended it last time. He's not under pressure in the braking zone this time. So Casey trying to get underneath him at the hairpin. Just compromised his run down the straight and he wasn't able to make the move. Pagani doing an outstanding job of defending this. But he's still got 2 and a bit laps to hang on. But that penalty's going to drop it behind. So look, he want the win on track at least. Casey can afford to sit there and just pick up off the penalty. He doesn't need to win the race, but Maxi Syme right behind him will be thinking that too. And if he can get ahead of KC, despite not winning on the road, he could still pick up the race win here.
Very close, Pagani now. Pagani was defensive.
Pagani again going defensive, forcing Casey the long way. Can Casey get the run off the corner? He can. He's still got the overlap. Oh, Pagani squeezes him off the track, but Casey stays in there. Oh, and he's got a penalty. Oh, Pagani, big twitch. He's on the grass. Comes back on. He has to go off again because Maxi Syme's rejoining, and through they go. Pagani drops down to 3rd.
Sorry, I coughed midway through there.
So KC there tried to make the move around the outside of one. Pagani gave him a squeeze. Casey kept his nose in through turn 2. Pagani has a big slide. I don't know if there was any contact as they came through turn 2. But Pagani having a big slide, unsafe, dropping behind Fever. Has there been a moment? We've got a yellow flag again. And we have only unsafe's gone round, unfortunately. But that same corner again. And now KC leads. But now he has a penalty as well. So Maxi Syme is now in pole position, and all this battling has brought Katamise closer. And you know, if he can get close enough to make a move, he will go for it on the last lap. So one lap, 3 corners to go. Casey leads on the track, but Maxi Syme is now in pole position to win this race. With no penalties to his name. Good evening, JP. Jack Pagani a little wide out the penultimate corner. I don't think Katamise is going to be able to get there. On to the final lap we go then. KC leads, Maxi Syme 2nd, Pagani 3rd. These 3 still covered by just 1.5 seconds. Can Maxi Syme claw this one back? For at one point he's thrown victory away. But he is now primed to snatch the victory away. Through the S's for the final time. Front 3 still circling together. Katami's inching closer, but he's running out of track and laps. On the power, using the battery, as is Maxi Syme. Pagani saving his battery. Is he just going to let these 2 go for it? Maxi Syme is close. He's had a really good hairpin. He's had a good exit off the corner. He's within half a second. DRS preps open for the final time. He is closing. Does Casey cover it? No, he doesn't. Maxi Syme just down the inside. With that penalty, he didn't fight it. He didn't need to. Maxi was going to jump him anyway. He needs to be trying to get as much of a gap over Katamise as he can, and so Maxi Syme takes the lead of the race back on the final lap. He took pole position, he led the early going. He span at this corner while picking through traffic earlier on. But he has fought his way back through. And just a couple of corners left to go. Through the left-hander, one corner to go. And for the first time in his FTRL career, Maxi Syme is a Div 2 race winner. Congratulations to him. Great performance from him. Casey crosses line second, Pagani third. Katami jumps them both, though, up to P2. Aaron comes home fifth, but drops to sixth on penalties. But Brett jumps him. T. Smith comes home seventh. His teammate Fever following him home in eighth. Unsafe after that late spin. Will come home in P9. And Chubbs, a couple of spins unfortunately for him. That late spin, he's gone onto the soft tyre. Is he going to grab the fastest lap on the final lap?
It's looking like it at the moment. Hitting those apexes. Goes wide.
No, it doesn't look a particularly quick lap if I'm honest, but we'll see. Crosses the line. 35.
Oh,
no, not the quickest lap. He crosses the line then.
Awesome.
And that then is your Div 2 opener. Pagani gets driver of the day. A great effort from him. So close to that picture. That penalty though just dropped him out of contention later on, and I think he settled thereafter.
So how would you think that race was, Lee?
Well, it was certainly dramatic. Maybe not as dramatic as last night, but still, Div 2 providing plenty of action. And Maxi Syme takes his first victory in FTRL. Great job from him. He showed promise last week. He delivered on it this week. Casamies wasn't really in the hunt for the victory in the end, but comes away with P2, having managed to avoid picking up any penalties. KC finishes P3. A great drive from him. Did tip him for a podium, and he's finished exactly where I said he would do. So I got 2 out of 3 right. That's not a bad effort. Classified finish then. Maxi Syme is the winner from Katamis and KC. Pagani finishes 4th from 12th on the grid. A great drive from him. Brez's daddy comes through to P5 ahead of Aaron in P6. He'll be gutted to have dropped out of that battle for the lead with that contact. Recovering to P6. T. Smith takes P7 after he looked like he could feature in the battle for the win at one point. Fever comes home P8 ahead of his countryman Unsafe in P9, and Chubbs rounding out the top 10. Matman gets the fastest lap of the race. In fact, in P11, Alex's car unfortunately glitched out. He comes home P12. Then the retirements: Calspert, Aaron Trucker, and just Mikey.
And Mikey.
There we have it then. So Div 2 is off and running, and in traditionally exciting and dramatic style. I expect no less, and plenty more of it to come. Hopefully we will not have the same glitch we had tonight. I think last night was actually issue free last night, so I'm not quite sure what's happened tonight. Hopefully there'll still be some sort of patch in the week and we'll sort some of these issues out, but fingers crossed.
It's Codemasters League.
Well, yeah, that's true. They'll be too busy fixing a crowd member who's only got one arm in the back of the stand somewhere, rather than anything that's really wrong with the game. But you know where it is.
That's true.
Such is life. Well, one day they'll listen. Maybe they've got EA money behind them now. You can sort these issues out for us a lot quicker than this. Come on, listen to the community. We all want this game to be better. We will tell you what is wrong. Please fix it. It's not hard.
Tweet them.
Indeed. So there we go then. That is the first race in the books. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for your co-commentary tonight, Joe.
No problem, Lee. Anytime.
Right.
Anytime, son.
Good to have you on board, my friend. Glad to have you on board. So that is the end of the coverage for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't already, please do like the stream before you leave. That helps us out immensely. And do join us tomorrow night as we are back with GT Sports, GT14 from Kyoto Yamagiwa. But from myself and Joe for this evening, thank you for joining us, and we will see you again real soon.